This morning, neighbors and witnesses are giving us new insight into a shooting involving an IMPD officer.
This is the 15th police shooting in Indianapolis this year. Here's what we know about this case right now. Police tell us they got a call yesterday morning about someone firing shots on Caroline Avenue. That's near 38th and Keystone. When police got there, they say they told the man to drop the weapon. They say he complied at first, but then he ran toward where the gun was on the ground. Police say that's when they told him to stop before one officer fired a shot, hitting the man.
You know, our officers are trained to respond to the actions that are presented in front of them. That is consistent. What we are starting to see is a lot of these are basically what I said before. Our officers are faced with armed individuals who are not following the directions of the officers, and our officers are responding to those actions.
IMPD releasing photos of the gun they say was found at the scene. The suspect is expected to be okay. He is now facing charges of resisting law enforcement, unlawful possession of a firearm, and criminal recklessness. So here's what's next in this case. The critical incident response team in IMPD Internal Affairs will do separate investigations. The officer involved is on administrative leave. That is standard protocol. The Use of Force Review Board will conduct a hearing once the criminal process is finished. And 13 News talked to neighbors who they say knew the man. Yeah, and as our Chase Howell reports, those neighbors tell us the man shot by police kept to himself. One of the neighbors even says he even waved to her that morning from his front porch.
Residents of a Northeast Side neighborhood were left with questions after shots rang out Friday afternoon.
I was sitting on the couch with my granddaughter and I just heard 5 gunshots. It was bap, bap, bap. Bap. That's all I heard.
Those gunshots are what IMPD says drew the attention of a neighbor who called police and explained the man behind the gun was acting erratic.
Well, the guy, he had a mental problem, but I mean, he didn't bother nobody. When I barbecue, he sits out on his patio and just be playing his music. He sit on his front porch and just be playing his music, but he don't, like I said, he don't bother nobody.
Police confirming family of the man told investigators he did have mental health issues.
A lot of what our officers are faced are dealing with a lot of mental health runs. Our officers aren't necessarily always equipped to be able to handle these. And so any agency, entity that is willing to step up and help take some of this burden off of our officers would be appreciated.
The man shot by police is in serious condition this morning, but we are told he is stable.
And this is the 15th shooting involving an IMPD officer this year. We've got extensive coverage of each of those cases right now online at WTHR.com. You'll also find a map showing the dates and locations for each shooting, plus the names of the officers and people involved. You can also access links to each of our stories. Again, that's all at WTHR.com.